It's the final few seconds before the lights go out, and the race to the podium begins. You know this battle will be won off the track as well as on it. You've studied your tactics, anticipated every move like a grandmaster. You've researched and analysed, modified and fine-tuned to perfection. You have honed your instincts to give you an edge over your rivals. Your drivers focused, your team ready. The championship in the balance. First past the checkered flag, the goal. Epic victory or ultimate failure. There is only a heartbeat between them. MotorSport Manager. Take control.
Oh, welcome back to Snail Pace Racing. I was going to do a Blickling today, record a Blickling, but this is actually easier, quicker to do because I've got no setting up to do. I think Blickling is more set up, but to be certain, and I'm a bit short of time, I thought I'd do this. A little bit longer videos, it is true, but it's quicker to actually get into the meat of it. Well, as normal, we're on Rio de Janeiro, and this is the first race at Rio. As you know, we do two at each circuit, but different layouts at a time. The first of the two at Rio, no idea what the weather's gonna do. Let's have a look. God, looks like we're gonna have. It's a pity in a way. We're gonna have a completely dry race. It's easier for me to set up and to run, but it's more fun when you've got changeable conditions, even if it isn't annoying. So we're off to Rio, and let's see what we've got. We stand a good chance of promotion this year. I don't think there's too much doubt about that now, unless things really go bad. And see, there's a nice layout circuit. I do like this game. I've mentioned that before. And I'm playing at the moment. I'm playing the MotoGP off screen. And I might just run one of those on at some point so you can see how we're doing. And I'm playing it a lot harder way than this. My own team, but I set it up at the first option for your finance. In other words, you get very little money. No sponsorship, or very low sponsorship, low marketability, everything is awful. For some reason it seems to be taking a little bit of time to load in at the moment. But I know that one of the things people have found on this game is as you play it more and more, the save files get bigger and bigger because it saves all the previous data apparently, and that tends to upset things a bit. Right, we'll have those two. We have Faith and Andre out to run. Find a setup for them. This is Rio B. Someone did have the idea that perhaps the previous stuff can go into a save file, the previous seasons, that you can call on, but don't have to be loaded every time. Anyway, a Rio track. We'll go with this one. I have no idea if it'll be any good or not, but we're going to try it. Tyre choice, well, as is my norm, I will go for the longest or the best wearing tyres. We'll set up Faith onto exactly the same setup, and then we'll see how it goes. She's on the right tyres, yep. Alright, we'll take practice. And send out is okay, yep. Send her out. Oh, didn't mean to click that one, that's better. Right, race trim, so she's going to be a few minutes getting herself sorted out and what's doing that. We just swing this thing around a bit. Just wait for her to come out. Once she comes out and gets on track, we get them both going. We're set up for 4 times. The whole question is on this season is, can we get 1-2 on the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. The Constructors is the one that really matters, because that's the one that tells you whether you're going to get promotion or not. It doesn't matter where the drivers finish. If you have one of your drivers finish top, and they want to finish bottom, but you don't get enough points to win the Constructors, you do not go up. You want a little bit more there. I'm not certain which way, that's the problem. Shall we just try? Oh, I'll take a bit of downforce off. Just a bit. No, I don't think I want to take quite that much off. I'll try that. Handling. We'll put that closer to the middle. And we'll put that way. Oh, that's going to click too far. Can we take that back another one? Yeah, we'll try it there, see if it improves. The first couple of 3 runs is really just to see if we can improve matters or not. Now, where is she? Here she comes. Oh, hers look a bit better. Same figures though. Well, I'm going to leave handling roughly where it is. I'm going to knock a little bit that way. Just a smidgen. Speed, I'm going to bring that up. Let's have a look. I'll bring that one back to there. We'll try it there. This is just fiddling. May not make any difference. We'll soon find out. Because you have to remember that although you have a setup, things alter every year, and your car could be slightly different from previous years, and the weather conditions can be different. That all is taken into account. But having a setup which is roughly right helps a bit, because it speeds things up. I haven't got to start from scratch. And if you start from scratch, you want to set a wide margin and hope that what you want is somewhere near the middle. Well, the only thing we got wrong there was the suspension, I think. Yeah, so where were we before we were that wide? So we'll take that back to about there. Just need to bring that back. I think we'll try one more like that and see how it goes. I'll try him one more like that, not her. And then we can start proper practice. What's this? If I had 97 or better, I think we're going to leave well alone there. I'm going to let her go. At 97, I find that at this level it's the best. Anyway, I was saying about the MotoGP, of course. Yeah, so far I'm in my 2nd season and it's a struggle. I'll bring Gomez in. It is a real struggle. I actually got a 1-2 the other day in a very changeable conditions, and I managed to get my tyre changes dead right. Now, the thing about bike race now, if it rains heavily, they pull the bikes in, everybody in, they red flag, or black flag the race, or red flag the race, sorry, and, oh, what's that? And everybody does a tyre change, and if there's enough time, they carry on and do the race over 2 legs. Alright, well, we'll let both of those go. And just let them go and get as much knowledge as we can. As it looks like it's going to be dry all weekend, at least it says it is. Yeah, it looks like it's going to stay dry. We'll just try and get everything up to maximum. Oh, I think we might be pushing it a bit this time. Depends a lot on the length of the lap, on how long you get. You can only get a set time, and if it's a long lap, it can mess you up a bit. Oh no, we should get full race trim, but we won't get enough to practice. Practice qualifying. We will have to just go on the race trim, I would say, looking at this. Right, the future on this thing. I'm going to carry on as I am, no matter who watches and who doesn't. I'm just going to carry on because I enjoy this. But the future for the team itself is a designer. About 3 races from the end, we will hunt out a designer, and at the end of the season, Faith will be going, and we will find a young driver to act as number 2 driver who could be good enough. Gomez will stay for another season, but I'm only going to give him a season's contract, 1 season, with the idea that if the new young driver does well in his first season, improves enough, he can take over as number 1, and we get another young driver in. And we'll just let these carry on. As you can see, our times are fairly hopeless, and I'm not going to bother to try to fill it a bit more to get them higher. The fans won't like it, but there. And I'm going to, this season, as I get money in, I will continue spending on the actual infrastructure of the headquarters. We have got most of the oddments in there we want, but we haven't got everything in yet. I haven't really started on tuning stuff. With Formula 4, no tuning. It's just reliability, which is a pity really, because I couldn't get the engineers up fully. They always improve more if you are actually doing something with them, if they're working. Just get rid of these. I'm a worried man. No, I'm not worried about that practice session. It isn't a practice what matters, it's a race. There we go. It's taking a long time. That may not have loaded quite right. The other day I had a problem with the taskbar kept showing through. I run full screen on everything I play. I don't bother with Windows mode, but I couldn't get rid of the taskbar until I told it to go up Windows mode. The game to go up Windows mode, put it back on again, and it was fine then. Alright, I'm not going to bother with any setup at all. We're going to leave it as it is. We'll simulate qualifications. Trick I learned from Johnny. So I can't be bothered to run through qualifying as well. And we're there. Oh, look at 3rd and 6th. That's not too bad. High up on the grid. Might not have practiced very well, but we're qualified well. See if they say anything about us. They always think the weather is going to rain, all the commentators here. You know, snail pace racing fans has to be insane. It's basically masochism rubbish. We're the best team there. Not the best qualifying today. I don't think that's bad. No, that's our own driver saying it's not a good qualifying. And we've got a fan there, Snail Pace Racing are awesome. Hashtag Go Team. Right, we're back again. Right, so I'm going to cut those black screens, so you might notice there's a few jumps in audio as I cut that bit of waiting about. Right, at least the setup here is simple. We haven't got anything else to worry about there. Now I'm going to put the harder tyres on 46 laps. We should, in theory, if they could get 23 laps out of a set of tyres, we should be doing 2 sets of ultras, but I don't think we will. I think it'll be 1 set of super softs, then a chance of a set of ultras. No fuel to worry about because we're set for the race. We'll do the same on this one, but she's not so good on her tyres. We certainly wouldn't get thrown 2 ultras. We may have to go 2 super softs for her. Strategy, normal strategy, attack from the start and high engine mode. Attack and high. It works. Just don't knock it. I'm not going to bother to run through the grid. Oh, it's this way. Yeah, there we go. Put up the times 4. And Gomez is sort of bouncing about a bit between 6th and 8th, but again, I'm not worried about either of them at the moment. I'll let Faith do her job. She's actually landing 2nd at the moment, which isn't bad with the slightly harder tyres on. Two things on this, the way this series is set up, is tyre management and fuel management. The only two things you really got to worry about. Just knock the tyres back a bit, see if they still keep warming up. If they do, we'll take it down to green. Fuel we go until we've got deficit by half a lap, then knock that back, and it looks like they're both fairly set at the moment. Most of the top guys are running ultra softs, which is good for us because it means they're going to have to pit before we do, so it gives us a chance to get hopefully a couple of quick laps in before we have to pit. And we will have to knock the tyres back one more because they're still heating. Now, a few accidents would be handy as long as there's not our drivers. But 2nd and 8th will do. It should keep us up at the top of the constructors. And we're now 0.4 of a lap behind. Should we take that? Got a bit more. Yes, it was overtake him then. Don't keep worrying. Our drivers are a little bit like little children. They need to be told exactly what to do all the time. Right, let's knock the fuel use down now. Well, we're not far. Even Gomez is only 6.7 off the lead. Let's see what everybody else is doing at the moment. Yeah, off a knock back. You see, the AI does play more with the different modes as you go, and I don't. I like it simple. And if I keep it simple, it's working. I could make this harder because you can up the AI driver's abilities. I've got them set what they call normal. It gives me enough of a challenge anyway, and I think on the MotoGP one I certainly would not want to put up the rider's AI any higher. It looks like the leader's making a little bit of break for it. Hopefully he'll burn his fuel or his tyres out in doing that. Gomez is a little bit of battle with 7th place. Bert's, I think it is, yeah, Bert and Kilwin. Well, Kilwin's a little bit behind. Surprised he's so far back. And Dewis is just ahead of us, so it's quite busy in the centre, and I think we can up the tyres again a bit more, just to let those keep the heat in, keep them sticky without getting too worn out. And putting the tyres up has actually helped Gomez to get away from the 9th place man. Slightly catch the 7th, but not by a lot. And I think we can knock those back again. And we'll soon be getting some of the faster men coming in to pit some of those on ultras. Just looking at the tyres there, I think another couple of laps and we'll see the first pit stop. The earlier the AI pit, the better I like it. Now I'm going to try with Gomez to go for 23 laps on these tyres, or better. If we can get 30 out, well, but no, let's be sort of. Anthony, I'm trying to go for 23 laps, so she only has to make one stop. Gomez, I'm going to try and go for over 30 laps, so he makes one stop, and then goes on to the ultras. Faith will have to stay on these super softs. There's no way she's going to manage to make the set her ultras last. Bring the tyres up again, and our fuel is now getting better. We're now 0.3, further a lap in deficit. But you can see Gomez is one of the best for tyre wear. If you look on the top left hand side standings list, he's got the best from his tyres, and someone will be pitting certainly next lap, I would say, looking at the tyre wear of the ultras. The ultras are quicker, but a quicker tyre, but I don't find they're that quick enough to make up for the pit stop. Alright, let's knock them back again. Oh, he's gone again. No one's pitted yet. They really are wearing their tyres down to the rims. In fact, the leader there, Gutierrez, I wouldn't want his tyres. All Delafada. Both of those are down to the rims. He must pit this tyre. Yeah, he's coming. And two I thought were going to come in, and we've got another one coming near the bottom. And what are they going out on? Delavara has gone out on those ultras. Good, that says Gutierrez, that's good. Good, they're both on, keeping on ultras. Faith is 54% of tyre life left, and Gilbert's 59%. So we're happy enough with the tyre wear, and more are pitted. And I think the last three on ultras will also be coming this time. Gilbert's has lost her place. Yeah, there they go. Yeah, I think all the ultras. No, not quite. Petrol still on a set of ultras which are worn out. We should get another 10 laps hopefully. Well, certainly for Faith we're going to be able to pit in the next 3 laps, after 3 laps, and be certain of getting through to the end of the race on another set of super softs. Gomez, I'm going to stretch his session as long as we can so we can bring him out on a set of ultras. But you see, we're already making a lot of time up. We're a long way ahead of some of those papers, 11 seconds ahead of second place. And she's getting away at the moment. Better knock those tyres back again, because they've got diving into the red again. Looks like it's about 11.5 seconds is about a gap, a constant gap in front. Let's have a look at her anyway. The loneliness of the leader. Snail pace racing, the ultimate team. I wish you could close a little bit more than you can. Alright, how are we doing now? She's on 40 odd percent. Yeah, 40% now, tyre wear. She's been caught slightly, 11-2 now, her lead. But Vita, who's in second, will also have to pit round the same time as Anthony, so it's not going to make too much difference there. And she's well into the time we can pit. In fact, I think I might just bring her in now. Well, I'll bring her in before it's ready. Let's get that done out of the way. I ain't got to worry about that anymore. soften up her tyres. The tyre usage a bit. Oh, if I hit the right one, that's... Well, I had the right one hit, I've got the wrong one hit now. That's better. Just bring the tyre wear right up. Get the cursor away from those little boxes. And she's still fifth. Let's go on Gilmer's next. And we want to try and get another 3 to 4 laps out of his tyres. And should do it. He's 40% wear now. Just knock. Bring him up. And he's almost in credit on the field now. 19 laps left. We should be able to pit any time now and get for a set of ultras. I'm surprised Beats hasn't had to pit yet. Still not pitting. There's some of those who came but another set of ultra on and getting close to having to pit again. Oops. That's it, bring both those down now. And Faith can carry on there to the end, just with a little bit of playing to keep the tyres nicely warm and a full usage about even. And they're coming in again. In fact, if you had coming in on ultras now, they're going out on another set of, and they're going to, oh no, they were on super softs and going out on another set of super softs. I think a closer point, they could have went out on ultras. Alright, Gilmer's will certainly get through now on a set of ultras. In fact, I may just pit him this time round. Yeah, he's got worn tyres. Yeah, he's going to get through on a set of ultras. Although we haven't got the extra benefit from running ultras. I'm hoping just a little bit extra speed you can get off him. Let's put him up to maximum, onto high tyre wear. Do that now so that when he goes out he'll be already on the tyre wear and get the tyres warmed up a bit quicker. And he's out in fifth. And Faith, she's second again, soon going to be first. The last two are still got to come into pit. It's not quite ready to use a bit more engine yet. Haven't got enough fuel in the bank. Could do with saving some of that until the end. And you see, I try and keep the tyre the tyre heating fairly even, so it's quicker. Once one needs to push them a bit, both of them will need to push them. And there they go, and that's Gutierrez's second pit stop, and he's going out on another set of ultras. One of the things you do notice on this game, especially when they give you very limited amount of tyres, is you have to watch practice. Sometimes it pays to do practice manually because you don't want to wear all your fastest tyres out. I'm going to give him a lap. I'm going to put him a lap or two on the higher engine mode just to bring that back down again. Then we'll leave it until about 3 or 4 laps from the end when we'll push again. But we're first and third at the moment. Don't think we'd get a 1-2. May not even get a win, of course. That one in second place is looking fairly strong. And we knock the tyres back again. And we just wait out now 10 laps. So we're just hanging here a bit. Now Anthony is 12 seconds ahead, which is about, although Vitas is making a hell of a run now and really eating into her lead. In about 2 sectors he's taking out a second. It means he's going to be taking out almost 3 seconds a lap over time, so she isn't going to win at this rate. Just hope he burns his tyres out. Gomez has been caught by Cohen slowly, and Vitas is getting away from him. So it's not really the best of circumstances. Push the tyres again. Yes, Safe is only 10 seconds ahead now. 7 laps to go. In fact, I think most of the interesting bit is with her. Will she get caught? Oh, she's getting away again now. A little bit extra tyre wear or tyre heat. Oh no, Vitas is making another run. Let's go over to have a look at her again. Must we just watch what's happening there? Knock the tyres back again. There's 5 laps to go. In theory she should hold it now. There's 5 laps left. She should be able to hold a 9-second lead. But the emphasis on the word should. There's nothing given in this game, as you know in any game. 4 laps and she's 8.5 seconds ahead. Once she can stop them from pulling back 2 seconds a lap, she should be okay. And how we doing now? Just trying to. My vaping battery's just gone dead, so I'm just changing batteries over. So if you hear any extra noises in the background, you know what it is. And I'm just putting the battery taken out onto charge. I gave up smoking when I had cancer a few years ago, and I've been vaping ever since. About 6 years now. Oh well, I'm going to push the engine a bit just to try and make certain she can keep a good lead. Gomez is going to hold third. He's not going to get better. Final lap. Right, everything's on this lap. She's got an 8.3 second lead. Gomez isn't going to catch of 8 unless he hits problems. And he's not going to get caught by Cohen. So first and third by the looks of it. And she comes over getting ready to come over the line. And she's there. And here comes Gomes, and he's there. That's the nice one. Put up times 12 just to finish the rest of them in. Most clean race. No one broke down. No one crashed. And we got a win. And it's going to be a whole haul of points for the Constructors' Championship. This rate, by halfway through the season, we will have tied that up. I now do my normal thing. We will run through to the start of next season. And next time we will again start with the race. Now I do it like this, as I explained before. So if you only want to see the race, and you can watch the race, then cancel the rest of it. I won't blame you one bit. Someone got a penalty. Time penalty must have been. What would that be? He might just have caused an accident. He got a time penalty anyway. Not that it makes any difference to us. So look. There we are. There I am. Look, handsome chap. And snail pace racing is going rather better than I expected. And first and second in the championship. Now, Faith is the one I'm going to get rid of, but she's the one doing best. But I think it's a case of getting rid of her at the end of the season. I've got to get rid of one up because I want a young player, a young driver in. And we're 58 points in front already after 5 rounds. Snail Pace made that look easy, yes, because we did. Thank you. He's gone to bookies to get his winnings. And she's also got a bet on. They don't have, like to throw the money away. Right, we're off the race bit. We're now going to the management part of the game. When you look at the game, it's split really into 2 distinct bits. It's a race which is a bit of micromanagement, but it's a bit of fun really. Oh, his morale went down. So did hers. That's not good. She's happy, and our markability is up at 54%. This isn't bad. Let's see why. No, he's got markability of plus 15, and teammate morale went down. This one. I've got the same thing again. That's why the morales went down. They both dropped because the other dropped. They gained a bit. They gained a bit because they got good results, but they also lost a bit because their teammate got good results. And there's another $1 million into the bank. And that's just a table. I'm not going to worry too much about that. We know we're doing well. I have auto-save on all the time on just about any game I'm playing. I've got auto-save, it's on. I lost too many games, too many hours of play not to have auto-save on. I'm not too worried about that. Not going to do any interviews. Pit crew, no mistake. And we got a record pit stop time. That's good going. And that just tells us there what the result was, and we know what the result was. Let's have a look at the pit crew. Do this every time. See if there's anybody else we can hire. It's really good. Talk the devil, we've got to have him. The 20s almost across the board to see if anybody else. Don't want that one too low. Don't want that one. Not good enough. So we've got another new pit crew now at 20, almost across the board, and everything we need anyway, except fixing, which is 19 now. Let's see if any of these are getting close to. Oh, that one. So we'll go straight in there. What else is a bit? 0.8. Bring this one in there. Right, we've got another 20 on 0.5, 0.6. Now that's slightly, I'll go that way, I think. Fixing doesn't really matter. It doesn't seem to make too many differences to it. Now, that one has got to stay. I can't improve that. And still we've got a couple of 16s for tyres. Now, how about front jack? Front jack. Oh yeah, front jack. I'm going to try and set another record up for pit stops in the next race. Rear jack, nothing there we can put in, so got to stay. Put it back on auto management means that no one runs out of contract. It's all automatically done for us. So a quick look at sponsors. No sponsors to be done. Finance looks good. Just double check we've got that set to maximum. Yep. So we've got maximum amount for next year. And we'll just forward this up until the car repairs are done and see where we're doing. No, did we do that? No, because he won't like that. We're not going to do it. We don't need the money. I never do anything unless I actually need the money. For my MotoGP, I'm afraid my riders have been messed up left, right and centre. Tender one wing. That's it. Car repairs are finished. So all we've got is... Oh, they'll be done 13 days before the end of before the next race, which is very soon. So we should about get quite a push on the rear wings before the next race. So we'll look, see our headquarters are doing. Come on. Yes, I think this hasn't loaded in quite right, but seems to be taking time even on this. 2 weeks to go to the staff centre, 4 weeks to the forecast centre, then 6 weeks to the factory upgrade, and 12 weeks to the design centre upgrade. All should be upgraded before the end of the season. We should also then be able to push in some extra bits there. I don't want extra scouting there. Scouting is good enough for me now. We do want some of these though. We will go for the helipad as soon as we can, and the tour centre. Tour centre brings in some money. Helipad means you get better sponsors. Then we also want up 1 or 2 of these before next season. I think Handler's the best one, if I remember right. Oh, there's a little scouting there. Because we've got the scouting bit now, so we've got more. I don't want 13-year-olds. Let's have a look. 16. Oh, yeah, scout that one. Because we upgraded that, we should now be able to see all the, or most of the drivers who are in teams. Scout anybody who isn't in a team. Actually, 18-year-old Ed met a good racer. Good team member. Oh, I saw another one somewhere. There we are. Let's bring all these in. So we've got more down to scout. Anybody under 22 or 22 or under who hasn't got a drive, we're scouting. 16 to 20. I'm not doing the 13-year-olds. And we try and take a teenager next season. Oh, come on. That's it. One thing I noticed with the ice, and I think the fire, if I remember right, they do bring a lot more drivers in as you go along. The MotoGP uses fairly standard vanilla stuff on this. In fact, we might as well put in everybody we've got up to 22. You never know, one of them might lose his seat anyway. Right, that'll do. So we've got all the scouting being done. We're now fast forward to the start of the next race, in which case we will race again. Our reliability work done, so we'll come out of there. Yes, so like here, he may be leaving his team. He might want to go to a team which just got promotion. If he's any good, we don't know yet. And 4 days after the next race, everything will then be fully reliable. We shouldn't have any breakdowns. We now just bring it on. A whole lot of scouting's been done. We have a look at that. No. No, don't say it's any good. No potential. No potential. Oh. Yeah, because we're better than our 12. I knew we would be. What's the report? 35% around, so it's Good chance we might have a... No, I don't want any more hidden gems, thank you. It's after extra things, these people. Checking no one else has been added. No. And this is running events what are going on elsewhere. The World Championship. As you can see that. See what the teams there. Dragon Race and Virgin Race and Jaguar Helms bottom. We might be running with them next season if we get promotion. And the next race is in 3 days, so we just carry on fast forwarding. What's this one? Financial concern. Oh, what's this gossip? Anything about us? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's just our 2 drivers having a little bit of friendly... Oh, I hope it's friendly banter. Yeah, we know. It's alright. We got it under control. I think if you look carefully, our money's gone up. We're 5 million after the next race. And with 2 races time, we can change sponsors again, make more money, I hope. Does worry our chairman. Build Staff Centre. Oh. What was it? Oh, 1 minute. That Build Staff Centre, or that Staff Centre been built. Oh yes, that's a Built Staff Centre. So we're, as you can see, our staff are the best on the grid. That helps. Overall, we are 7th. Design is down in 10th. Assets Factory. And we're 11th for performance. Man, could we ain't got anything. And we're 10th in staff and brand. Well, I'm happy enough with that. And we now travel to Rio for the next race. We've got one thing to look at here. Well, photo on the title. I'm not going to bother photo on any of those. What I'm going to do is have a look. Just find something to put down as my thumbnail. We'll find the standings. Where are the standings? We'll do that one. Right, with that, it's me saying cheerio for now. Cheerio. Oh, I actually forgot. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like. If you're not subscribers, about subscribing. We're a happy little band on this channel. Any comments, questions, or queries, feel free to post them in the comments section. And with that, it's me saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.